Hello everyone, I'm back to share an unboxing. Some pens that I bought from Atlas Stationers. It just came in today, so I'm going to do an unboxing and a quick first impressions of what I think of these pens. So let's get these out of here. These were kind of a treat to myself for passing some exams that I had the past few months. Really just an excuse to buy some pens, and I may have gone a little overboard, maybe. We'll see. So I'm gonna set the box aside here and just pull these out. The first pen we have here is one. Here's another, and here's the last one. So there's a normal Atlas postcard that they give you. So save the date. They have their 37th annual sidewalk sale in August. Put that aside. Let's see what do we have here. I am going to open first. I'm going to open the Pilot first. So this is a Pilot Custom C-823. If you've watched my channel, you know I have a few of these already, but this one has the signature nib, and it's the clear model. Nice big box. My other Pilots have been bought from Japan, I think, so I've never gotten this big of a box with the C-823s at least. So it comes with this fancy plush box and a bottle of ink. Put that aside. So I've seen a couple reviews on this already, one from Goulet Pens and I think Yosaka maybe had a review of the signature nib. So it looked pretty interesting on the Goulet YouTube channel, so I thought I'd give it a try. And I went ahead and got the clear, since I don't have a clear C-823. So that's what it looks like. So that's the one. And next we have, I'm going to save the best one for last. Or at least what I'm hoping to be the best one for last. And the Pilot Custom C-823 and this next Pineider were in my cart, for a minute. So this is another Pineider. I'm taking a chance with the Pineider after some of my rants about Pineider, but I couldn't say no to the looks of this one. So this is the Pineider Fast Filler Mystery Filler. A beautiful red. I'm assuming it has a magnetic cap and everything like the normal Pineiders. Yes, it does. And what's in this box? Some stationery. Couple little tags. Yeah, just some stationaries and tags. This nice box that the Pineiders always come in. Set that aside. And this is of course, this is a gold nib pen. And this is a steel nibbed. And it has the coating. So I'm really hoping that they've improved their QC process with the coated nibs. I've had some issues with their coated nibs before, but I'm going to think positive today. And this last one I got because I was looking at the Stipula Da Vinci in Atlas's Last Chance, but then I saw this Maiora, handcrafted with heart, Nino Marino, Italy, and this is actually one of one. They have 2 or 3 others medium nibs that are also 1 of 1 in different colors. But I got this one, not so much because of the color, but because of the fact that it was a fine nib, and it was the only fine nib that they had in this model. And again, this was in their last chance section, so it was 50% off. It was originally over $1,000, but I got it for quite a bit less. So there's it's a Nino Marino Signature Collection. And it's in here. Just a client. This is in Italian, and I am not gonna try to read it on camera. This is gonna take, I don't speak Italian. I can probably make it out, but I'll read that later. And this is some ink, Maiora ink. I'm assuming it's brown. Yes, it's brown. Brown is probably my least favorite ink color. This is the pen. So it's made out of ebonite. There's no more to the box. This is the Maiora Liberta. This is the Pulsar colorway. And again, this is 1 of 1. I have, I'm sure, quite a few pens that are 1 of 1 based on their resin colors and subtle differences, but I never had one that was actually numbered 1 of 1. So that was interesting. So this is made of ebonite. And you can see it's kind of a brownish with some yellow. Not the prettiest pen, but I like the idea that it was so unique. And this is a 14 karat gold nib. Nice fine nib. I do have a couple other Maioras that I really enjoy, so I have high hopes for this one. As far as ink goes, for this one, it seems like a red would be a good idea, but I would rather have something to contrast the red. So I'm thinking about this Private Reserve Sherwood Green Fast Dry. It does have a bit of a red sheen. So, and it's probably my favorite green. So I'm thinking about putting that in here, in the Pineider. In the Pilot, I'm probably going to stick with the Pilot ink. So I'm going to put some Yamabudo in this one. And I thought I'd put some Safe ink in this one, some Waterman inspired blue. So I'm going to ink these up off camera and then give my first impressions of them. I will likely do reviews of each of these, follow-on reviews, to give my final impressions of the pens as I write with them a little bit more. So I'm going to get started on inking these up. Inspired blue. This is a piston filler. So I actually will show you how to ink this one up. I do have their other mystery filler, an older mystery filler that I've shown on this channel quite a bit. But this one seems just a tad bit different. But they both use this mechanism of pushing down the piston knob to lock it in and then to release it. So it is quite a bit faster of a fill than you normally see. Interesting. I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to empty it and do it again. So you can see just how fast it fills. You zoom in. And it's a pretty full fill too. Interesting. So that's the Pineider. Need to clean that off. And it's your normal C-823 back filler. And that also got a pretty good fill on the first try. Clean that up. Two, I'm gonna take a little break and clean up my hands. We'll start with the Pineider. And there it is up close. See the beautiful red contrasting with the black. And there's the piston lock knob. And we have a magnetic cap. There's the little trellises, like my other mystery filler, my Liberta mystery filler. And we have the black coated nib. This is a steel nib. This is an extra fine. There's the bead. And it posts magnetically as well. It's a nice springy clip at the top of the finial. I don't know if you can see it there. See there's the top finial. And the end finial is just the mystery filler button. Feels pretty comfortable posted, although I think I'd rather write with it unposted. So this is the Pineider Mystery Fast Filler. It's an extra fine steel nib, and it feels like a fine, which is good to me. And the ink in here is Private Reserve. Sherwood green. So the good thing so far is that the ink is flowing pretty well. Not a super wet writing nib. And it does okay in reverse. It does have some spring to it, but it just puts down extra ink as opposed to line weight variation. Not very wet, but a nice writer. I'm pleased, especially because with my other two coated nib Pineiders, I had issues with the coating on them, gluing the tines together. So it looks like they corrected it, at least for this one. So that's the Mystery Fast Filler. It just has the usual Pineider. I think the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Very beautiful. This pen is $400 retail. I guess it's okay for that price. Let's move on to the Pilot Custom C-823 with the signature nib. And of course you can post this as well. And it's fine, posted or not. So it's a very broad nib. Custom. And this is the SIG 14 karat. It's beautiful with this Iroshizuku. And this powdered Iroshizuku Yamabudo. And I'm using Rhodia dot grid paper. And you can probably see some feathering right there because this nib is so broad and very wet. If you watch my channel, before, you know I'm mostly extra fine. But with the signature nib, you can get different line weights depending on how you hold the pen. So kind of, it feels like a little bit like the zoom nib on the Sailor a little bit. But very smooth. And so here is the signature nib. It's the usual feed. And the cap. I'm not sure why they have this black liner in the cap. Looks like they should have just kept that all clear. And there's the normal Infinio. But very nice. And very wet, as you can see. This would definitely take me some getting used to. But I think this will be good to add to the other 823s that I have. My other 823s are a medium, a fine, medium fine. I guess I have an extra fine. No, medium fine, a broad, and this signature. So lastly, we'll give this a try, the Maiora Liberta. And again, this is 1 of 1. It's made of ebonite. It's a piston filler. There's the nib, 14 karat gold nib. There's the ink window. There's the ebonite. There's the cap. Some yellow and some browns. The cap is quite a bit more yellow than the body. And there's the band there, very ornate band. And this is the piston mechanism. So you have a blind cap here, and it's just the piston knob there. So let's try this with some Waterman Inspired Blue. One of my favorite blues. So this is the Maiora. Liberta. This is a fine 14 karat. And I can already see that I picked the right ink for this one. A brown probably would go better with it, but the Inspired Blue is just perfect ink. Waterman Inspired Blue. Has that nice shading to it. There's a nice flex to this pen. Nice in reverse. And pretty wet for a fine nib. This one also got a pretty good feel on the first try. So that's the Maiora Liberta Pulsar, and it says back there, I don't know if you can see, it says Pulsar 1 of 1. Cone finials. That's it. Again, I will write with these for a little while and give proper reviews of these. I'll probably review this Polycustom 823 and compare it to my others. And I may do the same for the Pineider. Maybe compare it to the 14 karat gold and my Grande Bellezza. But that's all I have for today. Just wanted to share my unboxing with you. I hope you're all doing well, and I will catch you next time. Take care.